The woman had just gotten out of surgery, yet she still had to drag her weak body around the house, taking care of her bedridden father-in-law. When she was too weak to lift him and wanted to call her husband in to help change his adult diaper, she never expected to see him holding a seductive woman, letting her tattoo her name on his chest. The two were all over each other and didn't care about her at all. Ling Shuang could only hold back the pain, struggle to help her father-in-law onto the bed, and finish cleaning everything up. But the second she walked out of the room, she ran right into this scene. She felt like she had been struck by lightning. Hearing the noise, Gu Bing smugly showed her the tattoo, saying it was a birthday gift from Su Mei. Su Mei, standing beside him, started mocking her in that fake sweet tone. Sister-in-law, look, a name tattooed on someone's body won't fade for a lifetime. That lasts way longer than some flimsy marriage certificate. Hearing such shameless words, Ling Shuang couldn't help questioning her husband. She was half dead from exhaustion, taking care of his father inside, while he was out here getting cozy with another woman. Did he even see her as his wife? Su Mei claimed they had been classmates for over 20 years, and were just close friends. Of course, Ling Shuang didn't believe in this so-called friendship, where another woman was practically sitting on her husband. But what hurt even more was that no one else in the family stood on her side. Her mother-in-law scolded her for being so old and still so petty, saying she had watched Su Mei grow up, and the two of them had always joked around like this. Even her own son said she was just going through menopause and getting jealous because his dad and Auntie Mei were close. Ling Shuang felt completely chilled inside. Then Gu Bing used the fact that he had once saved her life to guilt-trip her, ordering her to go cook for his friends right away. Heartbroken, she no longer wanted to argue. For that old debt, she decided to endure it one more time. But while she dragged her weak body around the kitchen, her hand was accidentally burned by hot oil. She wanted her husband to bring her burn ointment, only to be blamed for being too dramatic. After that, she forced herself to finish a whole table of food, and even thoughtfully brought her husband millet porridge, telling him to drink less alcohol. But Su Mei immediately mocked her. Her mother-in-law also started blaming her, asking how she couldn't even make a proper meal. Hearing this, Ling Shuang couldn't help defending herself, saying she only brought the millet porridge because she cared about Gu Bing's health. Since none of them appreciated it, she might as well stop cooking altogether. Those words obviously angered Gu Bing again. But Su Mei suddenly pretended to speak up for her, saying Gu Bing really should lose some weight. Then she deliberately brought up how he had gotten drunk and spent the night at her place last time, and how he was so heavy he even broke his belt, forcing her to buy him a new one. Gu Bing looked at her with affection and said she could buy all his belts from now on. Watching the two openly flirt right in front of her, and thinking about how this family had taken her 25 years of sacrifice for granted, all the resentment she had buried for years finally exploded. Ling Shuang flipped the entire table over. The scalding food happened to spill all over Su Mei, but her outburst only brought even colder treatment. Her husband looked at Su Mei's burns with concern, then turned around and angrily yelled at Ling Shuang, asking what was wrong with her. After that, he went back to the room, found the dress he had given Ling Shuang for their anniversary, and planned to let Su Mei change into it. When Ling Shuang tried to stop him, Gu Bing said it like it was only natural. I paid for it. I can give it to whoever I want. Besides, Mei's skin isn't rough and tough like yours. What if she really got burned? Just then, Su Mei's voice came from the room again. She wanted Gu Bing to come in and help her take off her clothes. This time, Ling Shuang completely lost it. Her own husband was about to help another woman change clothes right in front of her. But Gu Bing didn't care at all, and her mother-in-law even blamed her from the side. He's just helping her with a zipper. It's not like they're sleeping in the same bed. Why are you making such a big deal out of it? Gu Bing shoved her away hard. Her still unhealed wound slammed into the table again, but her husband didn't even look back. When he finally walked out with Su Mei after helping her change, he immediately started tearing into Ling Shuang.